Well, welcome back to KXLY4 News at 6. Keith, Osso, and I are in Boise, inside of Taco Bell Arena. We are in between game days where the Gonzaga Bulldogs were able to win last night and advance, playing a Ohio State team they really took care of earlier this year, a 27-point win. A team they said, we got to talk to both teams, and Ohio State said that playing Gonzaga was really their first test of the season, playing under a new head coach. Not an easy start for Ohio State.
It was their first test, Alyssa, and they failed. And they had to go back to the drawing board, and they've passed some tests since. They expect a lot different outcome here tomorrow. We'll see. But it should be an interesting matchup between two teams that know each other, but kind of don't.
Yeah, but it does give us confidence. We've gotten the edge. We got the better of them the first time, but, we're not naive. They're not the same team as they were Thanksgiving, and neither are we.
After losing to Gonzaga by 27 points to PK80 and having a rough time all weekend in Portland, Ohio State found their game, going 15-3 in the Big Ten.
They rebound the ball extremely well. They got a lot more shooters. Basically, Yop is a lot more comfortable. Being the Big Ten Player of the Year, he's feeling more confident. So is Jason Tate.
They got a little more confident. Their offense is really clicking, and they rebound really well.
Base Diop is looking pretty high level right now. He's, had 25 points last game, I believe. And their guards also got a little bit more aggressive. I know Jackson and Williams had good games yesterday, so they were expecting them all to be aggressive and all to bring it tomorrow.
Now two very different teams will play again with much bigger stakes. Trip to the Sweet 16 on the line, and maybe some revenge for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, definitely. As a competitor, you don't like when someone beats you. You get the chance to play them again. As a competitive spirit in you.
Both teams are completely different. they're 31-4. They've had an unbelievable year, and so have we. So it's going to come down to who wants it more. People are playing desperate. They don't want this to be their last game, which is understandable, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
A trip to the Sweet 16 on the line right here in Taco Bell Arena. That's tomorrow at 4:45 Pacific time. We'll have you updated all day long on Facebook and Twitter as we get you ready for the game, and we'll give you the feeling inside the arena as the game is going on. And finally, Alyssa, the GU women get to play tomorrow.
The Gonzaga women are anxious to get back on the court. It has seemed like forever since the last time they were on it, winning the WCC championship. 24-hour countdown is on in Palo Alto, California. They're getting ready for a Stanford Cardinal program that has set a gold standard in women's basketball, something the Zags aren't intimidated by, but they definitely respect.
They're as well prepared as any team in the entire country. I think that their coaching staff comes up with a game plan, and then they tell it to their players, and they execute it better than any other team that I've ever played against. And that's been since the very first time we played them. Whenever that was, they've always been extremely prepared.
For Zags fans, you're going to need two TVs. The women's game tips off just a few hours before the men's. They are at 3 o'clock in Maples Pavilion against the host Stanford, looking for the upset. They are the 13 seed against the 4 seed. And big news for the Seahawks today since getting rid of Jimmy Graham. Kind of. They signed backup tight end from the Panthers, Ed Dixon, 3-year deal, $14 million, first year guaranteed. Exciting move?
No. You may remember him as the guy that went off for about 175 yards one game after Greg Olsen got injured. You might also recall, or might not, in Pro Football Focus, he was rated below Jimmy Graham as a run-blocking tight end, which is hard to do. So not really that exciting. Sheldon Richardson also signing today with the Vikings, so another former Seahawk is added to the list. We got more coming up later in the show, but for now, inside Taco Bell Arena, I guess that makes us the meat and veggies. She's probably the veggies. That's Alyssa.
One of you guys
Charlston.
is the cheese.
Osso.
You're definitely the
for
cheese.
Sports. All right, I'm the cheese and probably the meat. But,
oh, boy.
She's definitely the veggies.
Gosh. All right.
So good.
We'll see you guys in a bit.